Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to use Google Classroom effectively. We're going to start with just showing you, one, how to create a Google Classroom and the very basics on how to use it. First off, you'll need to go to Google Classroom. Here I have already signed in, and what you see in front of you are the classes that I'm either teaching or a student of. For today, we're going to create a brand new Google Classroom. And so to do that, I'm going to come up to the top right corner, and there is a plus sign next to my login information. If I click that plus sign, I have two options, Join Class and Create Class. For this, I'm going to click Create Class, and we'll call this Example Class, since this isn't something I'm going to be using again. You can leave the section blank, but if you were to have specific blocks, let's just say this is my block 2 example class, I can help with that as well. When you first create it, it's going to come up with this. It's very basic. There's nothing here yet because we haven't created anything. If you want to change the theme, the color scheme, all you have to do is come over here in the top right, choose Select Theme, and you can choose any one of the many pictures that Google has selected. There's the gallery, and just some simple patterns as well. It all depends on your personal preference for what you're doing here. For today, we'll just choose this one. You also have the option to upload your own photo if you want to personalize it even further. If you've never used Classroom before, I highly recommend taking the tour to walk you through everything. But when using Classroom, especially initially, the first thing you're going to want to do is think about what this page is all about. So for this, I'm going to clicking on the About button here, and I'm going to just type up a quick little bit about the class itself. So this is my example class. Well, let's just say Mr. Gilman's example class, because we're thinking about for our students. And a class description, just very briefly, maybe a little bit about yourself normally. For this, we'll just say this is an example class for Applemania 2016. You can put your room number there if you want. Here it's going to show you the Google Drive folder that this classroom is associated with, so all the files will go here. It's an easy place for you to go. And also, the calendar that is created. Google Classroom is very nice, and that creates a calendar for every one of your classes. You'll be able to share that with the students in the class and their parents so that they can see very easily the assignments, the announcements, the posts, everything that you do is automatically sent there, and parents will be able to see it. I'm going to go ahead and click Save to save those changes. Another important button here on the About page is found right here. It's the Invite Teacher. Let's just say you wanted to create a class where you're team teaching, or you want a whole grade level classroom that all the teachers or multiple teachers have access to post and change and edit things. This is the place to do it. If you click Invite Teacher, you will be able to search for them individually, type in their name, what have you, and they will be added as a teacher to the course rather than as a student. And when you do that, you'll actually see their name appear where my name here is here underneath the title of the class. You can also add materials. This is something that they'll see forever. It won't appear in the normal posts. It will only be on the About page. So this is reserved for things that you want the students to be able to see quickly and easily the entire time they're in the class, basically all year. Really, the next step then would be the Students page, and as I click over here on Students, this is where you'll have the opportunity to invite students. You have two options to invite them. You can utilize the code that Google Classroom provides for you, which is what I've opted for this Applemania session. But for my own 4th grade students, I don't like using this because I find it takes too long for those 4th graders to figure it out. Instead, I use this Invite button here. By clicking the Invite button, just like with inviting teachers, you're given the option to invite them by searching for their names and email addresses. Once you search for them, it's very easy to just have your classes set up, and there's no problems if with a little work in advance. Another important thing to note on this page is where students can post and comment. Clicking that drop-down button, you have options. For my own 4th grade classroom, I keep it so that only the teacher can post or comment 99% of the time. And then I only allow students to comment when I'm working on more of a blog-type Q&A session. It's a very rare occurrence that I'll allow my students to post and comment, but please play with these options and see what works best for your class. What works for me may not work best for you. That brings us back over to the stream page. Again, there's this tour. If you're unfamiliar with it, I highly recommend it. Here's this class code again. This drop down here is only to reset the code, which will give you a brand new code, or disable it if you're having issues or don't want any more people joining the class. Stream, you have an option to show the deleted items or not. I generally keep it off. I deleted them for a reason. And here in the corner, we see what work would be due soon. We'll start to see something pop up here as we create assignments. If I come down here to the bottom right, hovering over this plus sign, I see I have 4 more options. Create announcement, create assignment, create question, and reuse post. And these are going to be your 4 main buttons. And we will be practicing with these later on.